Hey guys, thank you for watching my channel, Live Life with Justin. If you want to check out my website, which I recommend you do, it's livelifewithjustin.com. Please subscribe to my channel, or I will fine you. And then I'll ask you personally to subscribe to my channel. Anyway, today I want to talk about something very briefly. It's lessons that I have learned from working for myself. Now, if you have not watched my other videos, I suggest you do so. It'll save your life. I'm kidding. I don't know if it'll save your life. It would be good for your life, I guess. I know it would be good for your life, so watch them. I started working on eBay. Yes, I became an eBayer a year and a half ago. I quit my job. I was an intern on Wall Street and a severe alcoholic and druggie, and I was not in a good time in my life. And they cut off my pay because I couldn't open accounts because it's like I'm tired of lying to people and taking their money. And I wanted it, and a friend of mine told me about it. eBay, because he was the only intern at the time making money. So I was like, how the fuck are you making money? None of us are. And when they cut off my pay, I didn't know what else to do because I really thought that was it for me. I thought I was going to be a real successful broker. And I was at the trade station in New York, the World Trade Center. And I was obviously drunk. I think I snorted Adderalls that day, which is not a smart thing to do. And I saw the train coming and I wanted to jump in front of it, but then I said, let me just give it one more day. But suicide I wasn't even contemplating suicide. Like, I was sweating. It was kind of like that was the next step. That's how much of a failure I felt like. That's how low and disappointed in myself I was, and I didn't want to cause anybody else pain in my life anymore by being such a loser. So I keep it real with you guys. I keep it real with the world. I'm an open book, you know what I mean? So I judge myself. So if anybody talks shit about me, it's just like, okay, tell me something I don't know. So I want to talk to you guys today about the lessons I've learned about being in business, because after that, it didn't become easier because I still had a lot to learn about entrepreneurship. So I wrote a blog post, and this is why I have paper in my hand. I don't ever read off a script. I just like to work from the guideline from the way I wrote the post. The hardest part of starting a business is the mindset you need to transition into starting a business. And, sorry, that sounds my headphones. The mindset, most people think, oh, you have your own business, so you have money. No, it's not that easy. Employees actually probably make more than entrepreneurs the first time around, because as an entrepreneur, now you're your own employee, and those paychecks aren't guaranteed. You're probably not even getting paychecks because you probably don't even have payroll or anything. So you're kind of living, hand to mouth or foot to, I don't know what the hell to say, I guess. But you're not seeing money, and the money that you need that comes in is going back into your business. So the hardest part for me was when I realized, holy shit, this is not easy. Every Friday, I was just like, I need money. I need money. I don't have fucking money. And then if I would spend the money that I made, I wouldn't have money for more inventory or to take care of bills or stuff like that, because the money was so dispersed in such different ways. I didn't know what was coming in. I didn't know when it was coming in. It's 4 or 5 days. Like I said, I know I wrote my book on eBay, how to make money, but I didn't know this information back then. I was new. So 5-6 days, I wasn't making a fucking dollar. Then I'll get like a sale for like $300-$400, and I was like, yes. But then when you're new on eBay, you don't get money for 21 days because you're new. And so imagine the stress. Like, now I have to wait 21 days for a pay. And that's how it is for any entrepreneur. Sometimes you're not going to get paid right away. Sometimes you have to wait, and you have to be prepared. So I would say 90% of the battle of becoming an entrepreneur was all mental. I was very, 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 very weak mentally. I was just a little kid in the head, very irresponsible. I mean, you think about it, I failed on Wall Street. I was ready to kill myself. And here I am now, Mr. Business Owner. Not an easy transition, but now I know, like my book on eBay, I describe it. And I'm going to keep plugging that book. If you didn't pick it up, get it. It's only $4.99. It's better than anything out there. Anyway, and that's why I keep talking about it. And even in my new fitness book I'm writing, mindset is number one. It's key, because there's things in your subconscious mind that are destroying you and you don't even know. They're like termites in your house. If you don't clean that shit out, no matter what you build on the outside, no matter if you get that, if you're so successful, because if something happens and you don't know how to deal with it, your shit is done. But you gotta be fucking strong here. Anyway, like I said, I was transitioning. So, and I'm still transitioning. Like, as an entrepreneur, you grow every day. And I don't have anything against being an employee. There's no room for that much growth mentally and just as a person, as an employee, because you go, you do your thing, and you leave. You understand? Like, you just gotta do what you gotta do. And in my blog, I describe it as when you start a business, it's like having a baby. When you have a job, it's like you're adopting an adult. You just gotta maintain, or a teenager. You just gotta maintain them, do what you gotta do, and then go. But as a baby, you can't leave that shit alone, man. Sometimes, if you only have one can of food left, it's going to the baby. You're not eating that day. So, and as an entrepreneur, you don't work. You don't eat. There's no, you're getting paid Saturday and Sunday because you have off. There's no benefits. You understand? You got to go to the hospital. You better have a good insurance plan. But you know what I mean? Like, not to scare people. It's the most fulfilling thing in the world when you overcome a problem. And not for, your douchebag boss, but for you, it's very fulfilling and very rewarding. So I want to share with you some of the things that I wrote so far. It's super long, the blog post, so I think it should just be a book. But this is what I'm going to talk about, and I think I'm going to talk about them per subject. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, and this is like the introduction video. I know it's been long and it took me a while to get to this point. Work hard. And then find out how you can work smart. Now, I started working for myself after I quit my job, and then I would, like I say here, I worked this a few hours here, a few hours there. I'm just putting the paper down. And I was like, I make my own hours. I was in the backyard, in the pool, and then bullshit, just straight bullshitting. And then as a business owner, you think shit's easy street. It's not easy street. It's very hard. So like I say, if you were working 9 to 5 at a job for someone else, get prepared to work from 7 to 10 for yourself. Or even 5 in the morning to 12 midnight. Or maybe never sleep for a while. You understand? Because now you're your own employee and you got to give yourself a paycheck. And this is a baby, dude. You know what I mean? It's not... You never made money doing it before, so now you got to start creating that cash flow, and you can't bullshit. There's no vacations, so work hard and then find a way to work smart, because a lot of problem with entrepreneurs is that they just work hard. And in a book called Cash Flow Quadrant that I read by Cash Flow Quadrant that I read by Robert Kiyosaki, he labels 4 types of people. There's a E, there's a B, there's the S, and the I. There's an employee, business owner, self-employed, and investor. Now, you want to be the B and the I, the business owner and the investor. Now, the difference between being an entrepreneur and working hard is that if you're just working hard and your business can't thrive without you there, you're just self-employed. You're the S quadrant, which means you just own a job. So you're no different than working for somebody else. Now you're just your own boss, and now you got to put up with your own shit. So only you are the one to blame. And you want to be in the B. Well, B is a guy who has a business but doesn't have to be there. He probably doesn't have to be there for the whole... He probably never has to show his face and the business is making money. That's where you want to get to. Now, you're going to probably start off as a self, but you have to eventually transition into a B. And that's why you got to work smart. Like for myself, after I realized that this wasn't a fucking joke, that I had to spend like 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day taking pictures of items, finding inventory, shipping inventory, taking care of accounting, taking care of customers' questions, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, this sucks. Yo, this fucking sucks. I was making more money working at the fucking restaurant I was working at, But that's because I wasn't thinking smart. Again, I was very weak-minded. Mm-hmm. So, you got to find a way. Like, in the beginning, you got to work hard. You got to work hard, and then you got to find out, Every day, guys. How can I make this work for me? Because that's what you want to do as an entrepreneur. You want your business to work for you. You don't want to be You don't want to be a slave to your business. That's a job. You don't want that. Now you see them all the guys who have pizzerias or a mechanic somewhere, and all they do is work for themselves, and then they're always fucking miserable because they always got to work. You know what I mean? Now that's not me. I'm a lazy person. Okay, I want to be that guy who's making thousands and millions of dollars online, you know, or through some type of system. I don't mind working hard, but I got to know that eventually I'm not going to have to work hard anymore, you know. But this way, I hate that phone. This way, I was working hard, but then I couldn't really step away from my business. So it was just like, fuck, man. And then I wasn't thinking right. I wasn't thinking about how I could work smart. I didn't think about, is there an easier way to put items up on eBay? Can I hire somebody? Can I hire somebody to do my shipping? Now I figured out some things that I could work. I'm working smarter because I'm working less. Hence, that's why I'm making these videos. And I did my website, and I'm actually doing what I love to do. I'm writing my fitness book. I'm doing other things. So you got to find out how to work smarter. If you're still doing the same thing after, you know, a few years, or even the first year, unless you love to do what you love to do. You understand? If you love to do what you love to do, but if you don't want to expand because you don't want to hire people, like, then you're always going to be a slave to your business. And you're never going to meet the most trustworthy people, because at the end of the day, no one's going to care about your business the way you do. So that's a big thing. You got to work hard, but then you got to work smart. You got to understand what's working for you, what's not, because if you're doing everything in your business, you're always going to be a slave to your business. 10, 15, 20 years in the past, you're going to find out your life flew by in front of you. You might have money, but guess what? Your marriage sucks, your kids are grown, and you're fucking tired, and you're fucking seriously tired, and you're miserable. You understand? That's not what you want. Work smart. Start out by working hard. And remember, like I said, having a baby. You got to work and do the right things. Teach that baby what you got to teach it. You know, do what you got to do, so eventually that baby takes care of you. Now, if you're thinking about vacation time and shit like that, that's out of the question for now. There's no Saturday, Sunday off. There's no, oh, but Justin, you know, you got to achieve balance now. There's no balance as an entrepreneur, because there's problems here, and there's always a problem to solve as an entrepreneur. Always a problem to solve. Now, your goal, your objective is to solve those problems, and then eventually, when you're a business owner and your business is making money for you, is to have people that you pay to solve your problems. But there will always be problems, because if you don't have problems, you don't have progress. That's a good one. So thank you for watching. That's it. So if you have a business, if you want to get into business, understand that it's very hard work, but your goal is to not work hard for a long time, because that's why you wanted to work for yourself in the first place. You want to live a lifestyle where you get to do whatever the hell you want to do. You don't want to be a slave to your job. You understand? For that, work for somebody else, and they'll give you benefits and vacation time. So that's it. Work hard, then find out how to work smart, and use that into every area of your life. Don't be in the same place for long. Keep progressing, keep moving, keep asking yourself, how can this be better? And that's it. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video with the next lesson that I have learned and that I will be teaching you very soon. Bye.